Hey people. Hiya. Got my phone so I can read the chat. Hey people. Oh, need to mute it though. Otherwise I'll have myself talking back on the phone and that will get annoying for everybody, especially me. Hi Natasha, I have been thinking about book recommendations because you mentioned them earlier. I'm not sure exactly what sort of book you would want, so I've picked four. I've picked five. So hopefully at least one of them will appeal to you. So the first one is a mental health book, but I say mental health book, it's fiction, they're all fiction. It's about somebody with mental health issues. I should probably tell you the title. It's Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman, and it's actually set in Glasgow, and it is quite funny, but it's also quite poignant because she does have mental health issues, and that it's a really good read. No psychological elements, no murders. Hi Gemma, it is great to have you with me finally. I'm just going over a few book recommendations, but basically with this chat, it's just whatever you guys want to ask me or talk about. I'll let you kind of guide me on that. No alcohol tonight. The second book recommendation, again, it's not a psychological thriller, but it does have a mystery element. It's Three Things About Elsie by Joanna, and the cover looks like Battenberg. That's a really good one. And then of course, there has to be a crime novel, and that has to be The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, because it's very funny and very clever and really, really easy to read. Thank you. One of the ones that I showed off in a recent vlog. And then two psychological thrillers. The first one, I Let You Go by Claire Douglas. Is that her name? Is it Claire Douglas? No, it's not. Claire McIntosh. There is a Claire Douglas, but it's not her. I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh is superb. There is the most amazing twist in that novel. And then the other one is The Widow by Fiona Barton. It's part of a trilogy. I have read all three, but I think The Widow is probably the best. So those are my 5 book recommendations. I probably could give loads more, but I could be talking about books for hours. I don't want to bore you all senseless. I do tend to go for a lot of the psychological thrillers and crime novels, but I do like some historical dramas. I can't remember the name. There is an author that writes this, I think it might be Kate Morton. It's Kate somebody. I'll have to look it up. She writes really good books. They are historical dramas, but they do have still an element of mystery to them. I'm probably going to try and do a live chat every week, and I'll try and alternate. So if I do it on Thursday one week, I'll try and do it on Friday the next. So my next one, I'm hoping, will be Friday next week rather than tomorrow. And I'll probably do that one at 6 p.m. because last time I did a Friday, I did the 7:30 p.m. So each month there should basically be 4 chats, 2 Thursdays, 2 Fridays, 2 6 p.m. starts and 2 7:30 p.m. starts. And there is something I've been thinking about doing, and I might put a poll on Instagram over the weekend. At the moment, these live chats are public, so anyone can join them. But specifically for those who are struggling with eating disorders and who are on the unlisted video list, I was considering maybe doing Eat With Me lives. So you'd only be able to see the video if I'd given you the link to it. And of course, I'd be eating on camera and you guys would be able to chat to me. But the idea would be that you'd be eating with me, even if nobody can see you eating. And I probably need to do that for snacks or lunch times. Not sure how it would work logistically, but I just thought I would throw that out there as something I'm thinking of doing. I lost my concentration quite late, and for books. I think because I love reading so much, it's why it took me so long to be able to lose the ability to focus on books. But if you sit me down, I mean, even in front of an hour-long program at the moment, I usually end up pausing it and getting up and going and doing something else for 5-10 minutes and then coming back through. Or sometimes I'll even leave my flat and I'll be back an hour later and I'll just pick it up. So yeah, haven't been to the cinema since before the pandemic, so not sure how I would get on with that. I haven't tried audiobooks. I listen to podcasts, but again, I tend to be doing other things. It depends on the podcast. But I think as well when it comes to reading, I'm a fast reader and I don't skim read, so I do read every single word. And I kind of develop my own idea of what the characters sound like. And I guess with an audiobook, you maybe don't get that, but then if it's somebody's autobiography, then having that person read it could probably be quite good. My next series, that'll be Halloween. I'm looking forward to that one as well. So looking forward to that one. Obviously the bakery series and the Eat Out With Me series are still going at the moment. So it'll be a bakery video on Sunday, but I'm not going to tell you which one. But yeah. I need to remember to read out what I'm answering, so if people who haven't been in the chat are watching back, they know what I'm talking about or responding to, because it saves my video, but it doesn't save what you guys are saying. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, if you are a slower reader, everyone's different. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to sports, I have to laugh because everyone thinks I must have been really sporty at school. I was on the netball team to make up numbers. I'm sure I said that somewhere in a video that I've put up. Gemma asks, when are you starting your podcast again? If you are, I am. Series 2 is coming. Episode 1 of Series 2 will be out on Tuesday next week. I've already recorded episode 1 and episode 2. I know what the other 4 episodes are going to be, and there's probably going to be a bonus episode as well. I just haven't recorded them yet. I don't like to record them too far in advance, but equally I don't want to be rushing them. So I'm hoping I can maybe get the 3rd episode recorded next week. But we'll just have to see. But there's plenty of time if the episodes are coming out fortnightly, so luckily I'm quite good at organisation because, yeah, I'm quite busy with the podcast and the Halloween series and doing these live chats and the vlogs and stuff, but I'm enjoying doing all of it and I'm coping fine with it. If I wasn't, then I would ease up on something. But for now, it's all good. Although I am sad that the ring light is having to come out because it's too dark if I don't have it on. And that kind of signals the evening's drawing in and summer leaving us. Oh, excuse me for yawning. I am quite tired. Gemma, don't worry. You asked me about it. Doesn't make me feel under pressure at all. I'm quite good at managing everything that I'm doing so that I'm not under too much pressure. Like these live chats, I know some of you guys really enjoy them, but I really enjoy doing them. So that's why I'm doing them and I'm quite happy to. For me, I don't see this as like an obligation or anything like that. For me, it's half an hour or so chatting with friends, really, is how I see it. With the podcast, I always said there would be a series 2, so you're not the first person to have asked about it, so no worries with that. Tips on how to not get overwhelmed. For me, it is all about organisation and prioritising. For example, today, I had a huge list of things I could have done. There was some research for Halloween, there was research and recording my podcast, there was DIY, there was cleaning my flat, and there was ironing, and there was editing a video. So I couldn't do all of that in one day. Well, I could, but I'm not going to, it's too much. So I decided I'm not cleaning my flat because it is fairly tidy, and because I'm doing DIY, it's only going to get more messy. So cleaning it would be a waste of time. So that was off the table. Wasn't in the mood to record the podcast, so I ended up doing some research and a bit of editing. So I guess it's just about working out what you need to do, what you want to do, and what can wait, and planning your week. I don't write it all down, but kind of in my head, I have like, okay, Monday I'm going to do this, this and this, Tuesday I'm going to do this, this and this, but schedule in some time for you as well, because that is just as important as any of the other stuff you have to do. I try to make sure I've got at least a couple of hours in the afternoon where I can paint my nails or just sit on the sofa and watch something, or just do something nice like that. Yeah, I'm not really sure how good that advice is, but that's what works for me. And if you do need to write lists. I actually have an upload schedule list on my phone, so I know what video I'm planning to upload on what date, and a filming schedule list so I can work out what I need to film and when. Because when I first started YouTube, I didn't do that, and I think it was maybe over Christmas, I was filming like, I don't know, 4 videos in 1 week, and I was like, I cannot keep this up. So I learned my lessons, so I guess learning from mistakes as well, and a bit of trial and error to just find out what works. Yeah, I think that about sums it up. Apologies if I sound a bit hoarse, my throat's quite sore today for some reason. Gemma, maybe it's not that you're not organised. Do you think, and I'm not trying to psychoanalyse you here, and I'm certainly not looking for you to answer this, but do you think maybe it's your thoughts that are chaotic rather than what you actually need to do? I'm not really explaining this very well. I guess, is it the thoughts of the things you need to do is what is causing chaos in your head rather than actually working out what to do when? That might make no sense. I've got the wire right near my feet and I'm trying not to kick it, because if I do, the ring light's just going to fall over. And it will probably take the iPad with it, and that would not be good. Feel free, guys, to ask anything you want or chat about anything you want. Yeah. Gemma, I think being self-critical is probably a big part of it. The only thing I can say about that is to try and go a bit easier on yourself. Instead of maybe when you get to the end of the day looking at what you haven't done, look at what you have. So I could look at, how I haven't done any DIY today, I haven't done the cleaning, but I look at what I have done and I have actually done quite a bit. What's my current DIY project? That will be revealed in a vlog. I'm not saying any more about it at the moment. But yeah, it's something that I really have got to get done, because yeah, I just need to get it done. Yeah, I think I have done loads, and you probably have as well, even if you don't feel like you have. Anyone know what may help very blocked pipes? I've had a crisis dealing with overflowing sinks today. Yes. Well, when you say blocked pipes, do you mean that the water is draining very, very slowly from the sink, or is it actually standing in the sink and not really draining at all? Is there anything you're looking forward to, Kaz and Gemma? I am looking forward to Bake Off starting. I'm looking forward to Strictly starting. I think that's it for now. I'm easily pleased. Draining very slowly. Okay. Mr. Muscle Drain On Blocker is excellent. I use that. I have long hair. If you guys, any of you have long hair, you will know it is not good for drains. And so I do have to use it quite a lot. It comes in big orange bottles. You can usually get them in a 2-pack. I think for like £6 out of Home Bargains or B&M and some supermarkets, or you can get single bottles. You pour half the bottle in and then I leave it overnight and then I flush it through with boiling water. So I boil my kettle and then just pour it into the sink. And usually just 1 round of that is enough. If it's really bad and you haven't done it in a while, you might need a couple of goes. I've tried, I think it's called Drain Buster, and they do one for the kitchen and they do one for the bathroom, and they were not very effective at all. So I would say go with Mr. Muscle. Long hair to your hips. Yes, that is definitely longer than mine. Gemma, yes, I think you are missing out because you don't have a B&M or a Home Bargains, but they might be coming to your area. I think places like that are popping up all over the place, especially with like the cost of living crisis. A lot of people, I think, are going for discount retailers more and more. But I find B&M, like this purple cushion is from B&M and it's really good quality. Can't remember how much it cost, but yeah, some of their stuff is really nice, and cleaning products and stuff as well are great from those places. Thank you, Natasha. I guess you meant that about my hair being lovely. I really should get mine cut. The aim was it would grow long enough and then I would just get the bit I've dyed blonde cut off. And I dyed it blonde so I could then dye it pink, but I haven't actually dyed it pink for a long time. When I dyed it blonde, and I wish I had kept the photo so I could show you guys, because I don't mind making a fool of myself if it makes other people laugh, but I put cling film just around the blonde bit and then used hair bands to just sort of tighten it so it would stay on, so that I didn't have bleach dropping out of my hair and not all over the place. But it actually, I basically looked like I had a load of condoms on the end of my hair. That is what the cling film looked like with the elastic band around it. A head full of condoms. Not a good look. Do I have any plans for the weekend? No, not really. Other than vlogging and researching and stuff. I don't tend to have plans that are different on a weekend to during the week, but I think that's because at the moment I'm not working any sort of regular job. Gemma, you can ask about my current ED support. I'm quite happy to answer a bit about that. Ask away. I just want to say that if you hear a baby crying, new people have moved in downstairs and I think they have a baby. I do not have a random baby in my flat. Gemma, am I still an outpatient? Yes, I am. And Natasha, weekend sounds lovely. Can't wait to see the vlog. I liked your last one. Thank you. It will be an eat with me next week. And then I think I'm trying to alternate eat with me vlog, but it might not always work out that way. Just have to see. Gemma, do you see someone regularly for psychological input or to be monitored? I have no psychological input, but I don't think I need it. I'm monitored fortnightly. They do my bloods fortnightly at the moment, and then weight, blood pressure and temperature every 3 months now. So that's quite good. I'm lucky because where I live, outpatient services are pretty good, I would say. Natasha, thank you very much for joining, and I hope to see you for the next one. What time is it anyway? It is nearly 8 o'clock. I always overrun a bit because I just forget to pay attention to the time. Gemma, I like to mix up my content. I try to make sure that I do stay a food channel because that's kind of what I've started at, but yeah, I like to go into other areas, and certainly over Halloween some of my other interests will be coming into play. Gemma, do you feel the level of support is right for where you're at? Yes, I do. I could have more support if I wanted it, but I don't, because I don't think there is anything at the moment services could offer me that I need. But I do have a team that if I felt I needed something they're not giving me, I could ask them, and I'm sure they would look into it. You're refreshing, Kaz. I find other channels are very samey. I think maybe just because I don't know, I just have interests in lots of things, so and I like to mix things up a bit. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be predictable. I don't want people to see, oh, there's a new McDonald's menu out, so that's what Kaz will be trying next, or anything like that. And I have tried a couple of new McDonald's items, I will own up to that, but I'm not really a fan of McDonald's. So yeah, if it's something I actually genuinely want to try, then I'll do a video on it. I don't do videos just for the sake of it, or because I think other people will want to watch it. I make the videos that I want to watch, basically, and that's why I started YouTube. I don't want to bore you all by going on about it all, so if I do start to bore you, just ask me a question to change the subject. But I started YouTube because I was following a few food channels, 3 in particular, and there were some videos I really wanted them to make, but they weren't making, and then I just thought, you know what, I could make them. Why not? So I did, and that's how I got started. Gemma, keep doing what you're doing. You're very watchable and relatable. I like how you don't feel you have to follow the trends. I've never followed trends. I don't know how many of you remember in the 90s, they had those, it was a fashion thing, and it was like trousers with a mini skirt that was attached, and they were all the same colour, so like the same shade of grey, and everyone was wearing them and I did not wear them. I never even tried one on. I don't even know what you called it. I just thought they look ridiculous, but I wear what I want to wear, whether it's in fashion or not, and I don't care. You'll probably have worked that out though from some of the outfits I have had on in videos. Well guys, I am going to end here just because it has gone 8 o'clock and I don't want to keep you too late. But thank you very much for joining me, and even if you don't join in the chat, even if you just lurk, that's absolutely fine. And yeah, I hope to see you next week, hopefully Friday at 6 p.m. But for now, as always, take care. Bye.